Can you generally tell me where this car stop occurred?
Trying to wrap around the boulevard here.
So if I told you that red dot's Harmon and Flamingo, or sorry, Harmon and Las Vegas Boulevard.
Yes, sir. A car stop was right around, I believe it was right around this area.
So just south of Flamingo on Las Vegas Boulevard.
Yes.
When you approached the vehicle, did you recognize the occupants?
No, I did not.
Why did you stop this vehicle?
It had no license plate on the back.
When you approached the vehicle, did the occupants communicate with you?
Yes.
And did you, at that point, did you learn their identity?
They told me who they were, but just as identifying them, not.
Did you know them?
No, I
when
did
they
not.
told you their names?
They told us their names because we asked them their names, but I didn't know. I mean, I had no knowledge of them before that. We ID'd them.
As you sit here today, do you recall who they were?
Yeah, Tupac Shakur and Marion Knight.
May I approach?
May.
Showing you grand jury exhibit number 3. Is that how the two of them appeared to look that evening when you approached them?
Yes.
In particular, Mr. Shakur is wearing or has on a very large gold necklace.
Yes.
Did you talk to him about that necklace?
Yeah, we talked to him for a few minutes out there, and I was just remarked to him, "Wow, man, that's a huge piece of gold," or something like that he had around his neck.
Would you describe your interaction with him as congenial?
Yes.
Okay. Did you ask them about the license plate, why their vehicle had no license plate?
Yes, I did.
And what was the response?
They stated that they were filming a video, so they had taken the license plate off because they were filming a video going up and down the strip.
Move to admit 3, Judge.
Any objection?
I'm sorry. No objection, Your Honor.
Admit so admitted, you may publish.
And this large gold medallion is what we're talking about, correct?
Yes, sir.
How did that interaction with Mr. Knight and Mr. Shakur end?
We told them that they were going to have to put the plate back on their car, and we warned them and released them.
Did you remain down on the strip in the strip area after they left that car stop?
Yes, sir.
We'll fast forward about, let's say, 10 minutes later. Something unusual happened. What happened?
We were continuing riding on the strip area. We were heading southbound on the boulevard, and we heard some calls come out about a vehicle. Can't remember exactly what was said, but heading up towards Harmon, we saw the vehicle that had been described in the median of the road. It looked like it had ran up on the median and was stopped there in the middle of the boulevard.
What do you do when you see that?
We approached the vehicle.
Is it you and Mr. Goldgart, or Officer
Yes,
Goldgart?
Officer Goldgart and I.
And do you see either of the two people that you saw earlier in the vehicle?
Yes.
And who is that?
Marion Knight was outside of the vehicle, walking around, talking, and Tupac Shakur was being removed by EMS people.
As Marion Knight is talking, do you recall anything he's saying?
He was telling us to take care of Tupac Shakur. He had Marion Knight had a chunk of shrapnel or something in his head. He was bleeding, and when I went to talk to him, he was adamant that we needed to go and care for Mr. Shakur.
Did you then go to Mr. Shakur?
Yes, I did.
And then what do you do? What's your responsibility as it relates to Mr. Shakur as the EMT is working on?
I was trying to talk to him to find out what had happened. Excuse me. Gather information to see who had fired at them.
Did you wind up riding anywhere with Mr. Shakur?
Yes, I rode to the hospital in
And
the
during-
ambulance with him.
During that time period, between the time you get to Mr. Shakur and the time period he gets taken into the hospital, are you able to have any sort of communication with Mr. Shakur?
He was still talking, and I was trying to convince him to tell me the name of whoever his assailants were.
And did he ever respond?
Yes, he responded, no, we'll take care of it. Something like that.
Said, no, we'll take care
We'll
of
take
it.
care of it, something like that.
And that's the only thing you were able to gather from Mr. Shakur.
Yeah, I couldn't get him to talk to me any further than that.
Um,
That was repeated a couple of times.
I'm going to approach with a few photographs. Obviously, when an incident, well, let me back up. When an incident like this happens, there's first responders, but then there is detectives, crime scene analysts, everybody who's called out. Is that
Yes,
correct?
sir.
Showing you what's been marked as grand jury exhibit number 4. You recognize the individual who appears to be inside that vehicle at that time.
Dan Ford.
Do you know what he did for Metro?
At the time, he was a detective. I was not there when that photograph was taken. But at the time, he was a detective. I'm not sure what he was, homicide or general assignment or
Could he be a crime scene analyst?
crime scene analyst, yeah, CSI.
And then I'm just going to show you a few other pictures of the vehicle itself. Showing you state's proposed exhibits 5 through 8. Just flip through those.
Okay.
Is that how the vehicle appeared to you when you first arrived on scene? Obviously without people in it.
Right, on the scene of the, where it stopped in the middle of Harmon Boulevard.
Move to admit 5 through 8.
Any objection, Mr. Stamp?
No objection, Your Honor.
So admitted, you may publish.
And then finally, while you were at UMC, did you collect some personal items off Mr. Shakur?
Yes.
I'm showing you what's been marked as state's proposed exhibit number 33. Do you recognize that?
Yes.
What is it?
That's the objects I removed from Tupac Shakur. I impounded those into evidence. There should be a property report for those.
Let's talk about that large gold chain we see in that photograph right there. The second time you came across Mr. Shakur, was he wearing that gold chain that's around his neck?
No.
And so you weren't able to recover that from him at the hospital?
No.
Judge, I'm just going to put up a few of these photographs.
Okay. I just letting you know that 4 was not admitted.
Move to admit 4.
Any objection, Mr. Stamp?
No objection, Your Honor.
So admitted.
Showing you 4. That's Mr. Ford appearing like he's inside that vehicle.
Okay.
5. That's the front of the vehicle. Yes.
Yes.
Sorry, she's typing down everything, so you got to answer yes or no.
Apologies.
That's the rear of the vehicle without the license plate still.
Yes.
Number 8 is the driver's side of the vehicle.
Yes.
And, oops.
Mr. DeJacmo,
Right, no, I
33
put the
also
wrong
not
one up,
admitted.
Judge.
Okay. Withdrawn.
There you go. 7. That is what the passenger side of that vehicle looked like.
Yes.
Finally, for you, 33. Those are the items you were collected off Mr. Shakur at the hospital.
Yes.
Judge, Mr. Samt has requested, and I've agreed, to also offer Dan Ford's CSA report, as Mr. Ford is not physically capable of coming to court to testify.
So that'll be admitted via stipulation?
Yes.
What exhibit did you want it to be?
I guess we could just make it next in order, which I believe is 143.
All right, that'll be admitted via stipulation as 143.
Thank you, Your Honor.
No problem. I think 33 has been moved down. They have not been front of it.
And based upon that agreement,
This is 33? 33 is also not admitted.
move to admit 33.
Any objection?
No objection here.
So admitted.
And based on that agreement that we've reached with Mr. Samt, I believe he has no objection to the rest of Mr. Ford's crime scene photographs at this particular scene, which is State's proposed exhibits 9 through 32.
That is correct, Your Honor.
All right, 9 through 32 will be admitted via stipulation. You may publish.
I'll pass the witnesses.
Okay.
And you are Mr. Gale.
Yes.
Well, welcome back to the courtroom.
Thanks.
So let me ask you this. So how long had you been working for Metro until you retired, basically?
Like 13 years?
I see. And at the time when you were on the bicycle on September 7th, 1996, how long had you been working for Metro at that point?
Yeah, I thought that's what you asked to begin with.
Oh.
I started in '83, so it would have been, right around 13 years.
I see. And obviously, when you are first a police officer, you go through an academy before you become an actual police officer.
Yes, sir.
And you learn skills and techniques and things to help you become a successful police officer.
Yes.
One of those things I would imagine would be writing reports.
Yes.
Now, fair to say, though, in this particular case, what you had seen, or what you had done was basically you saw a license plate that wasn't on a vehicle, you stopped them, you asked for their ID, and at some point you just allowed them to continue on their way.
Yes.
So there was no need to write a report about that.
No.
Okay. Did you write a report and with regards to that stop?
No.
Okay. Now, when you were present at the scene and you saw the vehicle stop, do you know if any other vehicles were behind it?
No, I did not see any other vehicles behind it, so I don't know.
So there wasn't like a caravan or a line of vehicles behind the black BMW when you stopped the BMW?
No.
Can you describe for us a little bit about what the area was like on the night of September 7th, 1996?
It was a pretty average night for the Strip as far as the amount of traffic flowing and things like that. Not particularly crowded or packed or anything like that. The area we stopped in had some lighting, but it wasn't like right in front of a hotel or something that cast a lot of lighting on the area or anything like that. But,
I see.
nothing out of the ordinary.
So there was nothing out of the ordinary as to that particular date and time in terms of any special events going on in Las Vegas at that particular time?
I'm sorry, there was always something going on the Strip, so I heard that things were going on that night, but I wasn't really aware of them.
Were you ever aware that on that particular night there was a championship boxing match between Mike Tyson and Bruce Seldon that was being held at the MGM?
Yes.
All right. And I would venture to say that would be something that would have been briefed to all the police.
Playing on iPhone? Now you can play Unlocked on PC with Google Play Games. Unlock bigger screens and better controls for even sweeter battles. Go play on PC with Google Play Games. Download now.
More than ordinary. Can you describe for us what that means exactly?
So the Strip is always pretty crowded, or was at that time. So, that's why they had us out there on bicycles. It's because we could get in between in and out of cars. So I guess when we conducted the car stop, there was enough traffic that we felt comfortable that he was going to have to stop and pull over, that he wouldn't be able to just take off on us.
Right.
And that's the best description I have. That's why we rode bikes out there. So, but there was always traffic in that area. So it's always congested over there.
Okay, and that's probably the best way to put it, right? It's still congested for Las Vegas,
Yes.
but it's normal for Las Vegas to
Yes.
be congested.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so it wasn't like, for instance, I don't know if you were around Las Vegas in 2020 when you could just take your bicycle and just ride down Las Vegas Boulevard with like no one around, right? It's not that kind
Right.
of
It's not like that.
All right. And when you say congested, meaning that cars could not go very fast because there's always cars around in that area.
Yes.
Okay. Now, in addition to that, your testimony was that you had arrived on scene, and then at some point you're actually in the ambulance with Mr. Shakur
Yes.
being transported to the hospital.
Yes.
And the hospital you were going to was UMC.
It was UMC.
Okay. Now, when a police officer first arrives on scene, is that police officer considered to be the primary officer until such time as they are relieved of that duty?
Ordinarily, yes.
Were you the primary officer at that particular scene? Were you the first officer on arrival?
I don't really remember. There were so many of us that showed up like at right around the same time. There's just a lot of officers showed up there pretty quickly.
Right. Now, I mean, you have a pretty clear memory of this. Did you review any records or have any meetings with the district attorney's office prior to your testimony here today?
Yes, I did. I reviewed the records.
Okay. And once again, you do that so it'll help you refresh your recollection as to what occurred 30 years ago.
Yes.
Okay. Even though this might be something that's unusual, right? You have a celebrity who's shot on the strip, you still have to refresh your recollection in order for you to remember things.
Some of it, yes.
Yeah. And once again, you're doing that so you make sure that for this jury that you're accurate about what you recall 30 years ago.
Yes.
Okay. Now, in addition to that, you were shown a map, and I'm going to show you again here. This is State's Exhibit number 1. See this?
Yes.
Okay, can you tell me, this map, do you know if this map was the actual map in 1996 of the Las Vegas area?
No.
You're smiling.
It's just a long time ago. It changes so much down there.
Yeah. So we know that this is a map of Las Vegas.
Yes.
But you cannot tell us, for instance, if this is 1996.
No, I cannot tell you.
Okay. So, for instance, on the top over here, this doesn't look like the sphere, does it?
No.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
And then down over here, does this look like T-Mobile or anything like that, as far as you can tell?
No.
Okay. Now, and once again, I just want to make sure I'm clear for the jury. This particular map, as it sits here right now, as it's here, for instance, we have what looks like down here at the bottom. I'm pointing where the MGM label is right here. Do these look like walk bridges over the streets?
I can't really tell.
Let me just scroll here real quick. Does that help you?
Yeah, they do look like walkways.
And fair to say that those walk bridges in 1996, people were still walking on the streets, crossing like pedestrian crosswalks, right?
I'm trying to recall. I couldn't honestly recall.
yeah,
I remember them taking the crosswalks out and putting those walkways in.
Right.
I remember when they did that, but I don't remember the year they did it.
And once again, I'm not trying to. It's not a catch-a moment.
No,
I'm
I
not trying to
understand.
get you in
Yeah, I
trouble.
understand what you're saying. I don't want to say something that I can't be sure of, but I remember when I was down there working, they no longer allow traffic to cross on foot across the strip because of all of the accidents that we had. So they put those walkways in when I was still working.
Right. Okay. Now, and just finally here, with regards to the when you're riding on the strip and you're riding with your with the other person that's with you, you said at some point you were made aware that there was a shooting that had occurred, and the radio traffic indicated that the vehicle you had stopped was potentially the vehicle that was being involved. Remember that line of questioning?
Yes.
Okay, can you tell us just really quickly here, based upon State's Exhibit Number 1. And once again, we're not looking at it in terms of an accurate 1996 view, but just in terms of the streets. Can you tell us where you were at when you took off to wherever the vehicle was? And I'll just pull that here real quick so you can.
Thank you.
Sure.
I couldn't really tell you where we were because my memory serves me, it was called out right around the same time as we were rolling up on that vehicle.
Okay.
There was shots fired call and vehicles involved, and then we rolled up and saw that vehicle in the middle of Harmon.
And
on
when
the
you
boulevard.
okay, and when you rolled up and you saw the vehicle, can you tell us other vehicles that were behind that vehicle? Were there any other like vehicles in an entourage behind the black vehicle?
There were several vehicles stopped all over the strip. It looked cluttered with cars, so I couldn't tell you if they were with them or not.
Sure. Did other police officers aid in terms of securing the scene and making sure that anything of evidentiary value was going to be kept in that area?
Yes.
Because I would imagine it wasn't just you by yourself. Your
Right.
partner, other officers arriving on scene would have started to help as a team.
Yes,
do
sir.
some things. Okay. I have no further questions. Thank you.
Any redirect examination, Mr. DiGiacomo?
No, Your Honor.
Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, do you have any questions for this witness? If you do, please raise your hand and I'll walk you through the process. Seeing no hands, thank you so much for being with us, Mr. Dale. You are excused.
Thank you.
State may call their next witness.
Yes, Your Honor. State calls Ingrid Stokes. Yes.
You do solemnly swear the testimony you're about to give in this action shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes.
You may be seated. May I please have you state and spell your first and last name for the record?
Ingrid Stokes, INGRIDSTOKES.
Thank you, ma'am. Whenever you're ready, Mr. Paul, you may proceed.
Thank you, Your Honor. Good morning, Ms. Stokes.
Good morning.
Back in 1996, did you have a different last name?
It was Johnson.
Okay, so you went by Ingrid Johnson back then? Is that a yes?
Yes.
Did you come to Las Vegas on the weekend of September 7th, 1996?
Yes.
Who'd you come with?
My best friend and some girlfriends.
Can you tell me who they were?
Shalane, Tanisha, and Lauren.
And why'd you come to Las Vegas that weekend?
Well, when you live in LA, you go to Vegas all the time. It's just a party city. So we decided to go for the weekend. We were all off work. And so we went to come hang out, have fun.
And were you aware, and well, first let me take a step back. So you guys were living in LA at the time?
Yes.
What part of LA?
I may have been living at my dad's, which is Carson.
Okay. And then and you came out for the purposes to party. Were you aware that there was a Mike Tyson fight that weekend?
Yes, that's one of the reasons. There was always a Mike Tyson fight. But we were coming because my friend knew one of the managers or coaches, I forget what they're called, and we had planned on going to the fight.
Did you end up going to the fight?
No.
What happened?
Women in the bathroom, 4 women in the bathroom did not work. We took too long. We missed the fight completely.
And so, where were you staying that night?
I believe we were at the Lexor, or the Rio, but I think it was the Lexor.
Okay. And then, did you ever actually make it to the MGM where the fight was?
We made it to the let out, is what I call it, because the fight was already over, so everyone was kind of hanging out. So we went to see what was going on for the night.
And did you hang out there for a while?
I don't remember, but it would have been enough time to run into a few friends and say hello and hang out, and maybe drink or two, maybe.
So, what did you do after hanging out at the MGM Grand?
Well, we had met one of my friends, and they had mentioned there was somewhere they were going to go. So we decided, okay, we'll go there first and see what's happening before we decide, where we're going to end the night. So we all got back in our car, the rented car we took from LA, and drove.
And do you recall what kind of car that was?
It was a convertible Supreme.
And did all four of you go into the car?
Yes, all four of us were in the car.
And what happened once you guys started driving?
That's a loaded question. A lot happened. We got in the car. I believe we left the MGM parking lot, and then we went to the main street, Las Vegas Boulevard, I guess. And we were driving, and I believe we were, I don't know, about 10 minutes after leaving the parking lot, and then we ran into Suge and Tupac in the car.
And when you say you ran into them, what'd that look like?
Well, we were driving, hanging out in a convertible, and my girlfriend Lauren at the time, she knew Suge, and she told us, "Hey, there's Suge. Pull up next to him. I'm gonna ask them what they're doing." And so Shalane was the driver, and she slowed up close to them.
And so you said Shalane was the driver.
Yes,
Where were you seated?
I was a passenger in front.
In the front passenger? So Shalane's driving, you're in the front passenger, and the other two women are in the back seat?
Yeah, Tanisha's behind me, and then Lauren is behind the driver.
After all these years, you still remember that, huh?
Well, yeah, some things you don't forget. That one.
And so then when you start driving, or when you see Suge and your friend starts talking to Suge, what happens?
They were talking, and she was like, "What's going on? What's happening?" We look over, and then we pull up to the car, and we kind of nod or say hello, that kind of thing. But we were in our own little world. While she was talking to him, he said, "Hey, we're all going to the club. Why don't you follow us? Get behind us. You can go with us." And so that was decided. We'll go there first and see what's happening before we go anywhere else.
So do you follow, do you remember who's driving and who's in the passenger side?
Suge was driving, and Tupac was in the passenger seat.
All right. I believe States Exhibit 3 has already been admitted. We're going to publish that. Is this kind of the way they looked
Yeah,
that night?
that was just like this.
And so, you decided to follow Suge and Tupac to the club? Is that a yes?
Yes, I'm so sorry. Yes,
That's okay. And so, do you recall the name of that club?
66. It was an area code, so I remember it was 662 or 702, but now I know it's 662.
And then what did you do? Did you guys start driving over to Club
We
62?
we got behind them and we start driving down the Las Vegas Strip, and it was weird because there was a car behind us and they kept going around us trying to get in front of us. It happened quite often. It was really annoying. We didn't understand what was going on, and then at one point we were getting ready to turn to go on the main street. I guess Flamingo was on. Or Flamingo, I think is what it's called. When we turned that way, I was like, what the heck's going on? People keep getting in front of us. I know how to get to the club. Let's figure out our own way. I can drive and we can meet them up there. And so our plan was to get out from behind them.
So you were confused about the way the cars were moving?
Yeah, I didn't understand. In hindsight, I know now, but I didn't understand there was entourage. I just thought, they were going to a club. We didn't think about it.
And then at some point on Flamingo, do you stop at a light?
Yeah, so when we get close to the light, I tell Shalane, pull over, I'll drive. I know where I'm going. I've been there before. So we pull from around them, and then we stop at the light, and
before, that's my fault, not yours. So before, when you guys are stopped at the light, where is your car relative to Suge Knight's and Tupac Shakur's car?
So I believe there was 4 lanes, a turning lane, the lane next to it, the middle, and then there was one for like the outside lane. So they were on the 3rd lane, I believe, and when we got off the lane behind them, we got out and we went past, and I think we were a car or 2 on the 2nd lane from the light.
And so were you behind or in front of Suge Knight's car?
We were in front.
So you're in the lane next over, a car, or maybe 2 in front.
Yeah, exactly.
Then, while you're waiting at that light, does anything happen?
Well, me and Shalane were going to change seats.
You're one sentence away from launching your website with Base 44. Since the beginning of the internet, there's never been such a fun
In front of us so much. So me and Shalane were literally, and then we stopped at the light, and
before, that's my fault, not yours. So before, when you guys are stopped at the light, where is your car relative to Suge Knight's and Tupac Shakur's car?
So I believe there was 4 lanes, a turning lane, the lane next to it, the middle, and then there was one for like the outside lane. So they were on the 3rd lane, I believe, and when we got off the lane behind them, we got out and we went past, and I think we were a car or two on the 2nd lane from the light.
And so were you behind or in front of Suge Knight's car?
We were in front.
So you're in the lane next over, a car, or maybe 2 in front.
Yeah, exactly.
Then, while you're waiting at that light, does anything happen?
Well, me and Shalane were going to change seats. I was going to drive. I'm the more aggressive driver, and after what, she was nervous with them coming back in front of us so much. So me and Shalane were literally head down, taking our seatbelts off when we heard the gunshots, when it's all hell broke loose.
And to be fair, you didn't see those gunshots. did
No,
you?
no.
And then what do you do when you hear the gunshots?
I freak out and I scream, what the hell? I said, what the hell? And then Shalane is kind of half up, half down, and so I grab her head to bring her down. And I was like, what the hell is going on? And then she has her hand on the wheel, but she's like frozen. And so I don't remember how many gunshots there were, honestly. But I know I put the car in drive, and I told her to get the hell out of there and drive. And so I may even grab the wheel. Like I said, I'm very aggressive. And from that, she tried to drive off.
And then, did you see the color of the vehicle?
Yeah, so we almost hit the car. When we were trying to drive off, there was a car in the lane, that last lane, that was the turning lane. And it was a white 4-door. Can't tell you what kind, but I just know it was like white-ish. And we almost hit it when we were trying to get away.
Were you trying to pursue the white car?
Hell no. Just want to get away.
And then where did you guys go? Did you turn off? Did you follow them turning off? Or
We turned off. We turned the only way you could turn because it was a red light, which was down that first street past. And then when we turned right, we were just driving fast. There still might have been gunshots. I can't speak for anyone else in the car, but it was a lot going on. There was a lot of adrenaline. And then the first street we saw that was on the left, I was like, turn left. And we just turned down a random street that had like apartments on it.
Now, it's fair to say you didn't see who was in the car, right?
No, didn't look.
But did you go back to where the shooting occurred?
Yes, I did.
Were you nervous about talking about what happened?
I didn't think I had anything valuable to say, to be honest. So I wasn't nervous initially because I just was like, we came back because when we wanted to know what happened. Because we left, so we didn't know. We didn't look around. We didn't see anything. We just left. And so when we came back, we saw there were a lot of police presence. And I wasn't a big fan of the police at the time, so it wasn't like I wanted to stop and talk to them and offer my help. But I also wanted to make sure if I could help, I would help. So when we went back, we told the officers we had been there when something happened, what happened when we left. And so he made us stop the car and get out the car. The police officer made us sit on the ground on the sidewalk in front of everything. Like cars were still, I think, may have been passing. So it was kind of an odd situation where they were like kind of rude to us. And then they're treating us like we're suspects. We really didn't know what happened though. And so they said, well, we need you guys, eyewitnesses, we need you guys to come downtown or in a van for you guys to come, and had us sit there. I kept asking a lot of questions, but no answers.
Now, I noticed some of your friends aren't going to be here. Is there this fear about talking in this kind of case?
Absolutely, yes.
Why is that?
Snitches get ditches, I'm saying. Not the coolest, but yeah, talking to police is not a thing we do in our culture anywhere in LA. It's not a normal thing. So there was that, especially in the 90s and 80s. There was multiple reasons why, but I didn't see anything. So I was kind of limbo. I didn't see anything. I didn't think I'd be beneficial. And then I don't know. I was going to offer some assistance, what I could, because I may have had more memory back then. I may have heard the number of gunshots. I may have had, more. But the police treat us so bad that I just we start shutting down, because we're like, if someone did it, they could come by and sit on the ground. They can see we're sitting here telling people, even though we're not saying anything. So this was a really bad situation.
And is it fair to say that that was something that also would scare you is that if somebody was seeing you talking.
Absolutely.
Objection,
Yeah.
Your Honor, is the leading.
What's your response, Mr. Paul?
I'm just following up on her question that she's going to lay the foundation to.
I'll sustain if you could rephrase.
Okay. Is it fair or unfair to say that you are concerned about people seeing you talking to police?
Yes.
All right. No further questions, Ms. Davis.
Cross-examination, Mr. Sands.
Thank you, Your Honor. Hi, Mr.
Hello.
Obviously, I would imagine you've never testified before about this particular situation.
No, other than the grand jury.
Okay, so you were at the grand jury. And with regards to your testimony, when you were in front of the grand jury, did you meet with the district attorney's office prior to giving that testimony to the grand jury?
Not except outside the door when I got to the courthouse.
Okay.
I mean, the door of the grand jury.
I see. And with regards to that testimony, did you review any documents, records, anything like that in preparation for your testimony in front of the grand jury?
No.
All right. Now, asking you again for today, did you review any documents in preparation for your testimony here in front of this jury?
I looked at the grand jury testimony that I said, but other than that, no.
Okay. Now, when this thing had occurred, I would imagine it would have been a very traumatic experience for you.
Yes.
And at some point, you go back to L.A.
Yes.
Is that a yes?
Yes.
That's all right. It's just for the record. When you go back to L.A., did you ever just sort of keep on top of it, like in terms of like articles that would come out in magazines, anything like that at all?
No, we didn't talk about that night for decades. We just didn't talk about it.
Okay. Now, did you ever at any point capture what you had remembered in a journal or anything like that?
I did a documentary, a couple of documentaries. Yes, years, like 20 years later.
I see. And in preparation for those documentaries, what did you use to refresh your recollection back then?
Talk to my girlfriend. I mean, more talk and try to remember pieces that I could.
Right. And your girlfriend was also present in the Sebring when it happened?
Yes,
as
she
well?
was driving.
I see.
That is right.
Now, just to describe us a little bit that night, you're driving in a convertible Sebring,
Yes,
and I'd assume that the top was probably down.
the top was down. Yes.
Okay. And the weather that night, was it raining?
No.
Can you describe for the jury what the weather was like that night?
It was Vegas in September. It probably, I mean, I'd be guessing, but I know what it wasn't. It wasn't raining. It could have been a cloud in the sky, but I wouldn't remember that.
Was
I just
it
know
cold?
it wasn't bad.
Yeah.
No, I didn't. We didn't have any jackets. We had designer clothes. That's why I was mad. I had to sit on the curb. But no, it was a nice, cool evening. So I would probably say in the 80s, 70s, 80s. I have no idea.
All right. But obviously, among the four girls, no jackets or anything that would indicate that it was cold that night.
Yes, no.
Now, in addition to that, your testimony was that you had pulled up alongside Suge Knight's vehicle at some point.
Yes.
Now, I noticed that you weren't given a map. Did you ever have an opportunity to kind of envision exactly where this had occurred?
I didn't forget that part.
Okay. If I were to show you a map, would you be able to point out for
Yes.
us exactly?
As much as I can, yes, absolutely.
Sure. I'm going to show you what's been marked in there as State's Exhibit number 1. And just for the record, I'm showing you State's Exhibit number 1. It's just an overview of Las Vegas.
Yeah.
Does that help you at all?
No, not really, but I see the streets. It's what I thought. I'm assuming the red dot is Vegas Boulevard.
And when you say red dot, there's a mouse that's right there in front of you. You can use that to sort of move that mouse over to where. No, that doesn't do that. 'Cause it's-
I can point it, but
Now let me do
Only
this.
when you're on our computer can you do that. This doesn't
you can point it now. You can point it.
All right. So would this be? And
Yes,
I'm using my
that's-
Sharpie. That's
yes,
the dot.
yes.
Okay. So yes, that would be Las Vegas Boulevard. Now I'm going to point over here. Do you recognize this particular area?
Yeah, that's where it happened.
Okay. And this I'm pointing now once again for the record, Flamingo, and it looks like this would be Koval.
Koval, that sounds about right.
Now, you were describing for us a little bit about where the cars were. If I were to give you a piece of paper, can you draw for us just a little bit better so we can have a better view? And
I can try.
Okay. You want me to approach?
Yes, you may.
And what am I drawing exactly again?
If you can draw for us where, on that night, where Koval was. And just for the record, you're writing Koval, is it for the horizontal line or the vertical line?
It is the horizontal line.
Okay, so that's Koval. And then can you draw for us where Suge's vehicle was when you pulled up to it?
We were behind it.
Okay.
So it would have been, I'm just going to make lanes and like, don't quote me, I could be off by one, of course. So I'll say this was Suge and we were behind. So this was, I'm going to put I for me. And then we moved and went right here. So this is where we end up parking. I'm not parking, but stopping at the red light.
That's fine. And just for the record, you have made a mark that looks like an S, and I would assume that would be for Suge's vehicle.
Yes.
And then there's another I, it looks like right there, and that would be for your vehicle.
Yes.
And then you have an arrow pointing to the next lane over where the I is now at.
Yes, that's where it ended.
Okay, great. And then when the shots, when you're, I guess, trying to change seats, can you tell us where you were at that particular point?
You mean in the car? Or-
Well, not in the car, but
Oh.
where the car was.
It was here when the shots happened.
Okay,
And when we were trying to flee, we were trying to get in this lane to go around to get the turn.
I see.
And that's what we ended up doing eventually.
I see. So when the shots were fired, you were still in that I,
The I,
and
yes.
then you pulled off onto Koval.
Yes.
Okay. Now this area right here, what is this? What street is that?
What do you mean? This Flamingo? No, is this Flamingo, I'm assuming? I'm guessing. Like I said, I'm bad at direction on places I still go today.
That's right.
And then here was like a gas station or something right there. And then here was where we turned off right, which is where that first left was. So I don't know the name of the streets or anything.
No problem. I'm going to show this. Thank you so much, ma'am. I appreciate it. All right. Your Honor, if I could have this marked as defense exhibit, opposed defense exhibit A,
Any objection?
No, Your Honor.
and move for admission.
Any objection to its admission?
No, Your Honor.
All right, so admitted. Did you want to publish?
I would like to publish it.
Okay, feel free.
Thank you. Now, showing you what's been marked and admitted now as defense exhibit A. All right, and I will just explain this for the jury again. So where you have Koval is actually the street Koval, is that right?
Yes.
And you have Flamingo, which would be the other street that's going vertical down the defense exhibit A.
Yes.
And then on the corner, it would be one of the corners. There's a gas station.
Yes.
Now over here, this S, that would be what you would call a Suge Knight's vehicle.
Yes.
And you were directly behind that vehicle at some point.
Yes.
And you pulled up, and that's the arrow pointing up to the next lane over, and that's where you were at, right next to Suge's vehicle.
In front of, not next to. That's why it's a little above.
I see. So you're slightly in front of Suge's vehicle. Was there another vehicle over here in front of Suge's vehicle?
I'm assuming yes, because we weren't at the front of the line. So yes, maybe two.
I see. Maybe two vehicles, but presuming that there would be at least a vehicle in front of Suge's vehicle.
At least two, I'd say, because there was one in front of me.
Okay. And then this lane over here is, what lane is that?
That's the a small lane that you can turn off.
Turning lane?
Yeah, it didn't say, but yes.
Yeah. And so at some point when the shots were ringing out, you just immediately just gassed the car and made a right-hand turn on Koval.
Yeah, into the turning lane.
Okay. And your testimony here right now, for instance, is that the top was down, but you didn't see...
No,
Yeah.
I was looking down because I was initiating changing my seat. So I would thank God I was all face down.
Okay. And when you pulled off and you made that right-hand turn, did anyone shoot at you?
Probably. I honestly don't know. There was a lot of gunshots.
Sure. Did any, after the event had occurred, did you ever observe any bullet holes in your vehicle?
There was no bullet holes in my building.
Was there any shattered windshield as a result of anything
No.
happening on the scene?
No.
Okay. And then with regards to where you were at, when your testimony was that you were talking to Shug. Shug was saying, "Hey, come to 662." Is that what was happening?
Yes.
And during that time period, you said, and I want to make sure I'm clear, that while there was a conversation about going over to Shug's place, but it seemed like everyone was sort of talking. Like it was like the girls in the back seat maybe were having a conversation or something like that. Is that-
No. Lauren was the only one talking to Shook because she's the only one who knew him.
I see.
So nobody, we were just like, oh, okay, looking like, because it wasn't our conversation.
Right. And when that was happening, did any of your people in your vehicle yell out, Tupac, anything
No.
like that?
Absolutely not.
Oh my gosh, it's Tupac.
No.
Okay. Now, during that time period, as you're over here behind Shug's vehicle or next to it, did you ever see, can you describe for me what Tupac was doing in the vehicle?
When we pulled up on the side of him and she was talking to Shug, he was relaxed, like sitting in the sitting in the passenger seat. And Shug was relaxed talking to Lauren. Nothing, like there was no engagement.
Okay, so as you're sitting there and you pull up, Tupac was not hanging out the window and doing something out of the window.
Absolutely not, no.
Okay.
No.
His torso was not sitting on top of the window yelling to his fans, Tupac, Tupac.
No,
anything like
there was
that.
no fans around. They were just driving in the car listening to music like we were.
All right. And during that time period, when you were here during this time period, there's a red light
Yes.
preventing you from moving forward. And I'm, once again, going back to Defense Exhibit A, there's no green light allowing traffic to move in the direction of Coble.
No.
Okay. So everyone was stopped at that particular point.
Everyone was stopped.
I have no further questions, Your Honor. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you, ma'am.
Any redirect?
No, Your Honor.
Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, any questions for this witness? You do have one? Okay, so what I'll need you to do is write your juror number on the question and then write the question on a full sheet of paper and then hand it to my marshal when you're done. Any questions from anyone else? Okay, perfect. Can I have the party's approach? All right, one question from a juror. Could you gauge what direction the shots were coming from?
No.
No? Any fault? Oh, go ahead.
Sorry, I'm gonna say it was just
You're
too
okay.
it was too chaotic, and you're not, thinking about that, but no.
Okay. State, any follow-up based on that question?
No, Your Honor.
Defense, any follow-up based on that question?
No, Your Honor.
All right. Thank you. You are excused. That was asked. State, any quick witnesses, or are we prepared to take a lunch break at this time?
Lunch break, sir.
Okay, sounds good. Ladies and gentlemen, we'll take our lunch break at this time. During the recess, you are admonished not to talk or converse amongst yourselves or with anyone else on any subject connected to the trial, or read, watch, or listen to any report or commentary on the trial. of any person connected with this case by any medium of information, including without limitation, newspaper, television, internet, and radio, or form or express any opinion on any subject connected with the trial until the case is submitted to you. We'll have everyone back here, let's say 1:15, so that everybody has enough time to get everything done over the lunch break. We'll see you guys back at that time. Please rise for the jury.